absurd and delusional and super effed up. This is like the type of thing that would get me into a fist fight, and I'm not really like that. You want to bring that lady to church and help her meet Jesus.
Okay, so I think we're officially now into the divester or the divester adjacent camp. So I'm gonna play this for you, and we'll get your feedback. This is from a
oh no.
She doesn't call herself. You're like, what did I just see?
I already feel terrified.
She doesn't call herself a divester, but she uses all of the divester talking points. And honestly, divestors sometimes go after her because they're just like, you're stealing all of our work, but you're just not giving us credit. But her talking points are pretty much what you would find on a open divester channel. Yeah, so let me play it just real quick and then we can go from there.
And the only reason I support aborting a Black child when it comes to it being male is because when I look at the Black community and the problems in it, it's associated with males and male pathology. When you talk about violence, it's associated with the males. When you talk about the women being forced upon, it's the males. When you talk about drugs, it's the males. When you talk about the fatherless children, it's the males. Every single problem that is happening in the Black community, you point to the males and then you have the culprit. So for me, I think that not selectively breeding is very irresponsible when you are the only one who has control over who gets to Earth. Your womb, it carries the person to Earth. So if you're the only one with that power, regardless of whatever he wants, I feel like if Black men want Black women to give birth to their children, then they need to act like it. They need to go out, they need to clean the community up, they need to stick around, raise their children, stop being violent, stop forcing themselves upon women, stop toe tagging us every 5.5 hours, and then we won't have a problem with having your children. If they were being responsible, this conversation wouldn't be happening right now.
So, okay, so these are some of the lovely...
Oh my gosh. What?
So these are the lovely women who want to integrate into your community.
That woman wants to marry a white man.
So they will say, and this is how they get around it, right? Because they'll say either date a white man because they don't toe tag, which is a euphemism for deletion, things like that, deleting people. Or they'll say, expand your options, marry these other races of men because they're not doing all the things that she just described. So they will openly encourage women to date out because they want them to get away from the barbaric boogeyman that Black men are. So then my question to you would be, okay, women who are coming with that energy, do you think that would widely be accepted?
No.
In the white community?
Unless you marry someone who's into eugenics.
Right.
I mean, honestly, like completely absurd and delusional and super effed up. Super effed up. And it's like, it makes me a bit angry. Like I could actually get into it with this lady.
You probably would.
Like this is like the type of thing that would get me into a fist fight, and I'm not really like that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah, fair.
Like, you straight tripping, period. Like, to be talking like that about anyone, let alone people in your own community, like, you have a ton of work to do. A ton. Like, you need to get off the platform and go to therapy.
For sure.
Like, no question. Like, whatever damage you have done, like, the answer is not to kill off Black men. Are you kidding me? Like, that makes me so angry.
No, of course. And then again, I think, okay, if that's the energy you're going with, how would a high value wife?
Good luck. You're going to be single your whole life. I hate to be like that, but like again, back to adding value. Like, this isn't adding value. Like, if you think that it's okay to extinguish people, what makes anyone believe that they wouldn't be next in line?
Exactly.
And so if she's talking about that with Black men, she's probably talking about that about other people too.
That's true.
She's operating under a completely different mode. Like, the fact that you would just say that and throw that like blatantly around means that you're capable of much worse.
True. Because if you feel comfortable going online in a public platform and
saying you would kill off Black babies, like, get out of here. Get out. There's no room for you. I mean, not metaphorically, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I see.
Not literally, but it's like, why are you doing this? Yeah, I agree, Crispy. Like, garbage, complete garbage. That's just like my general response.
No,
like,
you're just like,
you know what I mean? It's like you want to bring that lady to church and help her meet Jesus.
At that point, because
that's the only thing. That's the only thing that's gonna break that cycle. Like, that level of self-delusion and self-deception can only be broken by one thing. And so I won't get on my preacher box, but yeah, that's straight from the pit of hell.
I've talked about that. I called it what was it? Demonology. And it's like how other stuff gets straight up into, it's like, now you're past a point of, this isn't just like hurt feelings. This is like, you are legitimately like, you're dealing
on the agenda of the enemy.
On the enemy, like dealing with doctrines of demons, like on a deep level. And there is a spiritual cleansing that needs to be done that no man, I don't care. He could be the whitest Nordic looking thing out there. That man can't save you. You need like a spiritual, like,
yeah, like that's the type of stuff from like the pit.
Yeah, no, legit.
Yeah. Is that what everyone thinks? I mean, are these women dating white men?
What do you think? Well, and this is why I'm asking you. I'm like, okay, so is this if a woman is coming with that energy? Because again, these are the women who are saying, now they're a little bit more obviously more radical about it, but their solution for these women to escape these boogeymen is to go date out. Find a white man, find a non-Black man out there, but it's to date out, and then in the process to abort any baby that would, And I'm like, okay, is that attractive? Would a high-value white man go for that deal? So that's.
I guess it depends. Like, we could get super political, but I won't. Like, it depends. If that person shares your agenda, it might be attractive.
If he shares your agenda, but then what are you attracting at that point?
I mean, you're attracting someone who's not interested in you because that's their agenda. They don't like Black people, so they don't want to date you. So if that's also their agenda, is to kill off Black men, like, they don't want to date you because they don't like Black people. They're racist.
Right.
So it's like, you're not really in the same. This level of ignorance is what gets the most attention. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. Lou Casey, I'm with you. 100%.
Yeah. Okay, so one more, then I think you have really
gosh, hopefully like, I don't even, some of this stuff is wild.